You want one?
If anyone wants to join Kirtan before we go live, please do. Okay, y'all may be seated while we finish up with the RT and invocation. Thank you. Sorry to back y'all. Thank you, everyone. Now we're done with the formalities. We can begin our program. Good to see some old faces, new faces tonight. And I apologize, it's a little bright in here for me. For those who don't know Acharya Arun, he born in Guyana, yay, Guyana, yay, and lives in New York, and we appreciate him coming down for the yajna. Everyone has a little bio on him, but the gist of it is he studied finance, and he decided he wanted to pursue Hinduism a little more. And he was given the title of Acharya, and he started to lead the Chimayan mission. And he was a spiritual leader there, and then became the leader at Bhuvaneshwar Mandir in New York right now. We watch him weekly. And also, I'm also fascinated by the amount of youth that he influences up there. If you ever go on his Facebook page, you'll see the amount of children that he teaches, that he guides. So that's very good. So again, if everyone has your flyer, you can read more details on him. So we'll go ahead and begin tonight's program, and we appreciate y'all being here, and namaste, Om Shanti.
प्रेम से बोलो श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की, Kailashpati Maharaj ki. A special welcome to all of you, Suswagatam. It's a pleasure to be here once again, celebrating such a wonderful, momentous occasion, the 20th anniversary of the North Texas Hindu Mandir. Give them a round of applause, everybody. It's indeed a pleasure to be joined by so many Gandharvas. Gandharva means celestial musicians, and they're joining me on the stage today because we're anticipating a larger than usual crowd. So what I'll ask you to do right off the bat, for those of you who are in the back and below the age of 30, I want you to come to the front. Occupy these front seats right now, everybody. Everybody in the back, seriously. Because there will be some elderly people coming later on, so we'll give them the benefit of a short walk. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Wow, you move faster than New Yorkers. New York second. All right, So my dear brothers and sisters, again, special welcome to all of you. My regards and adorations to Pandit Mahendraji, who is doing such a wonderful job here in this beautiful place, the North Texas Hindu Mandir. Special welcome again to my mother, Acharya Leelaji, who came all the way from New York, and to all of our family members who are here today. I'd like to especially welcome my two brothers, Mukesh and Umesh Singh, Dr. Umesh Singh, and he actually is one of the founding youths of this temple, him and Mukesh. So it's a special welcome for them as well. And to all of you, my dear brothers and sisters, who are here from near and far. Auntie Tara was here from New York. I think she followed Shantaji, who came from New York City to be in part of our satsang. And it's a wonderful, momentous occasion, as I said, 20 years of selfless service. More about what service is, we'll see. As for now, let's empty the mind of any other thought and let us all pray wholeheartedly. Remember, whether we believe in Jesus, Allah, Krishna, Yahweh, Ram, or Jehovah, the Lord is one unseen force. And as Hindus, we believe in this one unseen God. It's a monotheistic religion, where the Hindu believes that the Lord is that one unseen power in every cell that allows mitosis, meiosis, cell division, physiological functions to take place. The Lord is that one ocean of joy that is within all of us. And today, on this new day, O Lord, may you allow us to discover and find that Lord within. Please repeat after me if you can. Om. Everyone. This beautiful mantra, my dear brothers and sisters, is said to be the Panchakshari Mahamantra. The mantra focused on Bhagavan Shankar, who is the narrator and the creator of the Ramacharita-manas, the scripture that we're looking at. And when one chants his holy name, my dear brothers and sisters, one becomes very tranquil in the mind. If at all there's any mental anguish, any disturbance of any kind, simply retreat to a quiet corner and chant this beautiful mantra. What is mantra? Mananam trayate iti mantra. Man means the mind, trayate means protect. That which protects the mind from kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mad, matsarya, selfishness, anger, greed, attachment, false pride, and jealousy. It is that Shiva that we aim to find within. Om Namah Shivaya. Everybody.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. Everybody.
Om
Om
Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Shanti Shanti Hari Om. Please repeat after me. Atulit bal dhamam Hem Shailavadeham Danujavan Krishanam Jnani Namagragarnyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Banaranam Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami. अतुल बल के धाम सोने के पर्वत सुमेरु के समान कांति युक्त शरीर वाले दैत्य रूपी वन को ध्वंस करने के लिए अग्नि रूप ज्ञानियों में अग्रवर्ण्यम संपूर्ण गुणों को निधान वानरों के स्वामी श्री रघुनाथ जी के प्रिय भक्त पवन पुत्र श्री हनुमान जी को मैं प्रणाम करता हूँ. Today we pray to the Son of the Wind on this Saturday, my dear brothers and sisters, a day that is consecrated to the worship of Hanumanji. And while the Hindu prays to the one Lord of unseen powers, that wonderful Lord blesses us today with happiness and brilliance within. Bless us, O Lord, with the ability to find that unseen Lord within that we salute in different names and forms. And as this beautiful prayer says, Atulita Baladhamam, Hanumanji is the storehouse of immeasurable strength. Himashela Badeham, and your personality shines from within, O Lord, like a mountain of gold. The word Hema means gold. Shaila, mountain. Hema Shaila Badeham. You shine from within, O Lord, because your personality is that it resonates peace in the outer world. Danu Javana Krishanu. And because of this inner light, O Hanuman, you destroy all the demons, all the anger, the jealousy, the hatred. You allow us to realize that there are only 6 enemies in our lives, and there are no enemies outside. What are the 6 enemies? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mad, or Matsarya. Selfishness, anger, greed, attachment, false pride, and jealousy. You are that force, you are that fire, O Lord, that burns away all of these demonic traits in our lives. Jnani Namagragarnyam, and you are the foremost amongst the wise as a result. Who is a wise person? Who is a saint? The one who has none of these 6 enemies. Sakala Gunanidhanam, the wonderful Lord with all of the positive qualities. Love, brilliance, happiness. Vanarana Madisham, and you are foremost amongst the tribal individuals from the place that you've come. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam. And because of all of these qualities, O Hanuman, we worship you on this Saturday. Why? Because this is the day that Tulsidashji completed the wonderful Ramayana. And Tuesday, because that was the day you were born. And you are the ultimate devotee of God, serving him in thought, word, and deed. Vatajatam Namami. And you are the wonderful Son of the Wind, being ever humble in your approach to service in this life. Today, Namami, we bow again and again to your lotus-like form. Hari Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Let's all join together now in the Hanuman Chalisa. If you have the book, please turn to our wonderful Hanuman Chalisa, page 5-6, and all of us will join together in these sacred verses dedicated to Hanuman Swami. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Nij Man Mukurum Sudhari Barno Raghuvar Bimal Jasu Jodayak Palachari Buddhihin Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Bal Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mohi Har Ho Kale Shavika Today's Hanuman Chalisa is dedicated to Auntie Indira. Wherever her wonderful soul may be, may Hanumanji guide her hand and take her to salvation. Realization that she's more than this body and mind, but she's that inner bliss that she always knew she was. May wherever that soul is, in the point of time that we're in right now, may she be happy and fearless. Jai Hanuman Gyan Guna Sagar Jai Kapis Tinu Lok Ujagar Rama Dut Atulit Balgama
Anjani Putra Pavan Sutnama
Mahavir Vikram Bajrangi
Kumata Nivar Sumati Ke Sangi
Sankar Dharan Viraj Sudesa
Kanan Kundav Kunchit Kesa
हाथ बाजे और ध्वजा विराजे
Ave Moj Jare Saje
शंकर सुवन केशरी नंदन Everybody. विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन सूक्ष्म रूप धारी सियाई दिखावा Everybody. भीम रूप धारी असुर समारे लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाए सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा गोविंद गोपाल जहाते तू प्रकार सुग्रीव ही कीना तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना Everyone. युग सहस्त्र योजन पर बारो प्रभु मुद्रिका मिलि मुकमाई दुर्गम काज जगत के देते राम आरे तुम रखवारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा. Everybody. आपन तेज समारो आप, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे. नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, संकट थे हनुमान चुरावे. सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, और मनोरथ को कोई लावे. चारों युग पर ताप तुम्हारा, सर्व संत के तुम रखवारे. अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता. Everybody. राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, तुम्हारे भजन राम को पाए. अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाए, और देवता चित्तना धरे. संकट कटे मिटई सब पीड़ा. Everybody put your hands up. जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई. Again. जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई. जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई, जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा. की जय नाथ हृदय महावीरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महावीरा. श्री क्या बात. पवन तले संकट हर, मंगल मूर्ति राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसो सुरगुण. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. शरणं शंकर हरिओ. जय जय सीताराम. बोले श्री हनुमान स्वामी की जय. My dear brothers and sisters, these are the 40 wonderful verses of the Hanuman Chalisa. And in this beautiful prayer, it is said by Tulsidas Ji himself, and I shall give you a background as to what this text is. It is a text dedicated to Hanuman, and many of you know who Hanuman is. He is the wonderful aspect of God. As I said earlier, Hindus believe in one Lord. It's a monotheistic religion, where we believe that that Lord is an unseen power beyond space, beyond time, that is right within all of us as the ocean of joy. But that one unseen power, if you can even imagine this, the one unseen power takes many names and forms. A child the other day in New York asked me the question, why murtis? Why do Hindus believe in the idols? Why murtis? And as the great Swami Chinmayanandaji says, Hindus do not believe in idols, but we believe in the ideals that belong to each and every murti. And if you look at the murti of Hanumanji, my dear brothers and sisters, he looks like a monkey. But I want to tell you, as I said yesterday, that he is not. He is called Kapi. Say the word Kapi again. Does anybody remember what that word means? The Sanskrit etymology of the word? Anyone? Sukham. Say Sukham. Everybody. Sukham. And then Bevati. Right. Sukham means happiness. An ocean of joy is within all of us, my dear brothers and sisters, that is beyond all the pains of this material world, all of the comings and goings. As a matter of fact, Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, verse 14 says, Agama payano anityaha tam titikshasva bharata. You must have what is called titiksha, forbearance to bear the pinpricks of life. My dear brothers and sisters, as we look at Hanumanji, he teaches us that in order to find the Lord, it is not an external search. It is not a place of worship on the outside, for it is oneness, it is satsang, it is coming together with the truth that is right within all of us. Yesterday I asked you, if you eat ice cream, how do you feel? And a little child, Brannon, right? He's only, well, how old, 5? 6? He said, I love ice cream. Look, he's in the back there. He's waving his hand. He said, I love ice cream, Acharya ji. I said, oh yeah? How does it make you feel? He said, wow, it makes me feel great. Now the question I had for him was, where is that great feeling being felt? Is it being felt outside of you? It can only be felt within. As a matter of fact, if you think about any pleasurable experience you ever had in your life, you'll understand that that feeling can only come from within your own self. So the question is, did you really need the object to be happy? Or was that happiness all along within you? But you have been programmed by society to think that you need a certain object, you need a certain person, you need a certain place. The other day I was in New York and they're like, Acharya, it's getting cold. It's getting cold, it's 40 degrees in New York. And I said, oh yeah, what are you going to do about it? I have a North Face. That's what I'm going to do. I keep warm here because what's there is here. Isn't that true? He was like, you can keep your North Face. I'm going to the British Virgin Islands. And then I asked him the question. I said, my brother, why are you going there? To escape the cold. Why are you escaping the cold? Because I want to be peaceful. I want to be happy. But the question I had therefore after, my dear brothers and sisters, was true happiness, where is it really found? That true happiness can only be found within one's own self. So while his mind would have programmed him to go to the British Virgin Islands for some sort of reprieve from the cold or some sort of happiness, what I told him was, what's here is there, and what's there is here. I don't have to go to a specific place, my dear brothers and sisters, to feel happiness. This is the way we've been programmed. My dear brothers and sisters, the happiness that you're trying to find can only be experienced within you. So why not sit in satsang? Why not sit in communion with the Lord? And what is God? God is not outside of you. God is an inner phenomenon, a peace that passeth all understanding, like our Christian brothers and sisters say. A peace that is right within us, that the Hindus hark, aham brahmasmi, I am that inner peace and happiness that I'm looking for. Why not exist in that well of joy? This is why, my dear brothers and sisters, Hanumanji is called Kapi. But because of misinterpretation of the scripture, he is known to be a monkey by the world. He only looks different. But God is trying to say, it doesn't matter what you look like, where you've come from, or what your ideas are about the Lord. The Lord is a power that was here long before us. The power is here with us, sustaining us. We are not creations of the Lord, but we are extensions of God. The body mind that you have is called the Upadan Karan. Bhagavan has made it and fashioned it out of his own elements. The subtle elements come together, as we'll see a bit later on, what comprises one's soul. And what happens is, we are simply confused And we are simply misled in our own thoughts to think that we are this body and mind. But in actuality, we are that timeless force, that ocean of joy, that's all compassing, that is all everyone is in this world, that is called that peace and happiness that we're looking for. So the Lord is here right now with us. The Lord has never gone anywhere. And that Lord that is within will be here long after we're gone. It is that Lord that we pray to incessantly. Prem se bolo Shri Mahavir Swami ki jai. So we must be like Hanumanji, my dear brothers and sisters, and live a life that is full of that inner happiness and bliss. And if we can do so, guess what? We will be like Jatayu, as we were looking at yesterday. A wonderful soul that took incarnation as a bird, as a vulture, one of the lowest creatures on the totem pole of existence. As we saw, the vulture simply waits for a prey to die, and it goes about its business thereafter. But the Lord, my dear brothers and sisters, the favorite of Hanumanji, none other than Sri Ram, another manifestation of God, who is an embodiment, a manifestation of that unseen bliss, ocean of joy in our life within, called God, our true nature. It is that Lord who gave him salvation. We'll continue with his katha, but for now, my dear brothers and sisters, let's all join together in the Ramayana Sumiran as we ask Saraswati Ma, Lord Ganesha, and Bhagavan Shankar to bless us once again. Gananayak kari bar badna, jo sumirat siddhi hoyi Rama. Everybody. Gananayak kari bar badna, karu anugrah sohi amar. Buddhi rasi sobh gun sadna, mug hore vachal Rama. Everybody. Pungu charai giri vargana, jasu kripa sudayal Rama. Everybody. Travahu sakal kali mal dahana, neel saroruh shyam Rama. Hari Om. Taruna aruna bharij nayana, karu somam or dham Rama. Everybody. Sada Shri Sagar Nayana, Sagar Sayana, Kundayendu Samadeh Rama. Umaraman Karuna Jahidi Parane Rama. सब लोग आइए. Kripa Sindhu Nararupa Hari. Everybody.
रूप हरि
Mahamoha Tama Punjarama.
महामोह तुम
Jasu Vachan Ravi Karan Kara.
रवि करण करा
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari
बोलो
Bol.
श्री राम
Everybody.
जय जय राम
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
श्री राम जय जय राम
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh, Shri Ram. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Everybody.
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya.
नमः
Namah
शिवाय
Shivaya. Namah 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 Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Everybody.
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
Mahadeva.
ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय
Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Everybody. Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Mahadev. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Mahadeva. Mahadeva. Namah Shivaya. 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 Everybody. Namah Shivaya. 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 Put your hands up, everybody. Om Har Har Parvati Pate. Har Har Mahadev. It is only until you reach your hands up in the sky, my dear brothers and sisters, in surrender to the Lord. It is only until you reach your hands up in the sky in adorations to the Lord in all humility, acknowledging that there's a force that is higher than all of us. And when we're down at our lowest point, falling to the ground at rock bottom, that is when the Lord says, "Look up, my child, I will pick you up with my own hands." For once, the Lord has never left us, not for 1 second in our lives. The Lord is that all blissful, all peaceful Lord that is described right here in the Ramayana Sumiran. Jinka कुंद के पुष्प और चंद्रमा के समान गौर शरीर है, जो पार्वती जी के प्रियतम और दया के धाम है, और जिनका दीनों पर स्नेह है, वे कामदेव का मर्दन करने वाले शंकर जी मुझ पर कृपा करे. Who is Lord Shiva? He is that Lord that is bathed in ashes, reminding us, my dear brothers and sisters, that one fine day, no matter how high in this life we are, no matter how low we are, all of us will become ash one day. Nothing is forever, my dear brothers and sisters, not even your problems, your trials, your tribulations. All of the things that ever gave you anxiety and worry in this life, all will fade away with time and will be left right here long after you are gone. Kunda Indu Samadeha Uma Raman Karuna Ayana. And Bhagavan Shankar, as a result of this ash on his body, is white in color. Karpura Gauram Karunavataram. Everybody? Samsara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hirdayaravinda. Everyone. Sahitam Namah Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namah. He is white in color, symbolizing purity, my dear brothers and sisters. What does it mean to have a pure mind? It means to have a peaceful mind. That is why Tulsidashji says, Kunda Indu Samadeha. You have a body that reminds us, O Lord, of our goal of this human life, which is to experience that inner peace that you are. Umaramana Karuna Ayana. And that's why Parvati loves you so much. She is the red color and you are Nilakanta, blue throat. And because red plus blue equals purple, that is your favorite color, O Lord. Parvati is faith and you are truth. And when we have these two in our lives, we have true existence. Jahidina Paraneha. And to the one who gives unconditional love to all, irrespective of where we've been and who we think of ourselves to be, that Lord Shiva grants his beautiful eyes upon all of us. Karahum kripa mardana mayana. And it is that Lord Shiva, the peace within, that destroys all selfish desires, symbolized by Kamadev, the god of lust. May selfishness never allow us to be derailed from our goals of this human life. Bless us, guide us, and protect us, O Lord, on this day. Prem Simalo Shri Mahavir Swami Ki Jai. My dear friends, for those of you who were here yesterday, we were looking at a very beautiful portion of the Ramayana. And this portion of Ramayana is the Aranyakanda of the Ramcharitamanas. It is the portion of Ramayana that deals with the Lord Sri Ram, who is an incarnation of God himself. He was exiled from his father's kingdom for 14 years. And here's how we can manifest God. Even though he was promised the kingdom, the next day his father said, no, you must go to the forest and do penance for 14 years. But the Lord understood, my dear brothers and sisters, that there's a higher plan in all things that fail in life. And as he left for the forest, what happened? He was neither sad nor happy, showing us how to be balanced in this life. Upon going into the forest, he loses his wife, my dear brothers and sisters, Sita, who is the abode of peace and tranquility that we're all trying to find. And yesterday we saw that Sita is that peace in our minds that is taken away by one demon. And we saw that the demon's name was Ravan. Ravan has 10 heads, and we saw that overindulgence of the senses leave us dull. And not only that, they take away our peace. When we keep looking into the world for happiness, we'll only have flickers of joy, but we'll never understand that true bliss that comes with meditating on that ocean of joy that is the Lord. Sita can be found once again where there's no overindulgence with the 10 senses. The eyes, the sense of smell, our sense of taste, our hearing, our touch. We sometimes go into the world helter-skelter trying to please these senses. And in our lives, Ravan takes us over as a result. In the Ramcharitmanas, it is Ravan who took away Sita. But a vulture, Jatayu, comes to his rescue. Her rescue, rather. Fights Ravana, my dear brothers and sisters, and is injured as a result. And in the Doha, we saw a beautiful scene, my dear brothers and sisters. Kar suroj sir parasayo, kripa sindhu raghubir. Kar suroj sir parayo, kripa sindhu raghubir. Narakira Chavidam Mukara Vikat bhaye sab pir, Vikat bhaye sab pir. As Jatayu the bird was coming to the rescue of Sri Ram's wife being kidnapped by Ravan, my dear brothers and sisters, set your imaginations ablaze. The Lord picks up the injured bird, the vulture, who is actually the best friend of his father, Dasharath. He rubs that wonderful head of the vulture, pets the head of the vulture because the vulture is on his way out, injured very severely. Kripa Sindhu Raghavir, with his beautiful hands, he is the ocean of joy, comforting that injured vulture, Jatayu. Narkiram Chavidam Mukha, the beautiful tended lotus-eyed Ram, helping that wonderful injured bird, my dear brothers and sisters. And as a result of seeing his Lord, seeing that bliss within, seeing that peace we're all trying to find, that Raghuvir brought away all of the pain that was physically inflicted on that bird. Then we saw, my dear brothers and sisters, what Jatayu told the Lord. What was the witness account, the eyewitness account of that particular instance? Tulsidas Ji wrote in this chopai. Le dachina desi Dilpati ati purari ki nai, darsalagi prabhur ke uprana, chalana chahat ab kripa nidana, Ram kaha tanu rakhi tata, mukh muskan yahi tehi bata, jakar naam marat mukh aava, Adamay mukht hoy shruti gaava, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Everybody. सुमम लोचन गोचर आगे रखो देहला कह कहीं कागे जल भरी नयन कहीं रघुराया तात कर मन जते गति भाया श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम everybody everybody chant Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram everybody can hear you Le dachina disi gayo Gossai. The injured Jatayu, my dear brothers and sisters, the injured bird, he begins to tell Sri Ram of the whereabouts of Sita. Le dachina disi gayo Gossai. They went to the southern direction, my lord. Vilapati ati kurari ki nai. And as she was being kidnapped by this demon, the 10-headed Ravan that symbolizes our 10 senses that we overindulge in the world with daily and takes away our peace on a constant basis. As they went to the southern direction, she screamed profusely in fear and agony. Darasalagi Prabhu rakayo prana. And as I tell you this, my Lord, says the injured vulture Jatayu, he says, as I tell you this, I have held on to my life thus far, having been severely injured with my wings being cut by the severe Ravan himself. I have held on to my life only to have a daras, a sight of your divine vision. Chalana chahat ab kripa nidhana. O kripa nidhan, O ocean of compassion and love, it is my chance now to leave this body having seen you, my dear Lord. But my dear brothers and sisters, yesterday we saw that it will be very erroneous of us or wrong of us to only see this as a verbatim point of view by Jatayu. Sri Rama says, Rama kahat tanu rakhiyo tata. I understand this, O Jatayu, but you must not die. The Lord is waiting to be discovered within, my dear brothers and sisters. Beyond this body, beyond this mind, is a wonderful ocean of joy that we're all looking for. It is that life force in all of us that allows us to be alive right now, and it is your true nature. But as we saw yesterday, as soon as you're born, the doctor smacks you on the bottom, and the parents give you a name, and you begin to cry profusely like Sita. Having come into the world, my dear brothers and sisters, we forget our true nature. And according to the Bhagavad Gita, as we look and cross-correlate the text, we see in chapter number 7, my dear brothers and sisters, chapter 7 of the Bhagavad Gita, in verse number 4 and 5, we see exactly what allows us to forget that we are indeed divine. It says here in chapter 7, number 4 or 5, Bhumi rapo analo vayu kammano buddhi revacha ahankara iti yamme binna prakriti ashtatha apareya mate swanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahabhaha yayedam dharayate jagat. The beautiful Lord Krishna says, why is it that we get confused in this world as to our true nature? And what does it really mean when Jatayu tells the Lord that Sita has been carried down to the southern direction? It means, as Krishna Bhagavan says, earth, water, fire, air, and space constitute my lower nature. The other day someone asked me the question, Acharya ji, you believe in God? I say yes. The person was an atheist and said, show me where the Lord is and I'll start to believe like you. According to Krishna, my dear brothers and sisters, the Lord says, don't look any further. I am the earth, the water, the fire, the air, and the space that make up this body. And when you have earth, water, fire, air, and space that make up this body, there is a mind and intellect that we're blessed with. And I want to let all of you know today, have you ever heard of Julia Roberts? Anybody? Julia Roberts, Eat, Love, and Pray, right? Have you seen that movie? Right? Is that what it's called? I don't even know. But when she was filming that movie, listen to this very carefully. When she was filming that movie, do you know that she went to Bali? You all know that? She met a group of Hindus in Bali, my dear brothers and sisters. And the group of Hindus were asked a question by our wonderful Julia Roberts. And the question was by Julia. She said, "Can you please tell me what my soul is? Tell me what my soul is, O monks of the forest." And in cross-correlation with the lower Prakriti, all of us have as a body earth, water, fire, air, and space. But what is that force within us that allows us to be alive right now? It is the presence of a soul. You see, if you look at this harmonium very carefully that I'm playing, pay attention very carefully here, you will see that this harmonium is made of earth, water, fire, air, and space. Isn't that true? But what is the difference between me and this harmonium? Who can tell me? The presence of a soul, my dear brothers and sisters. As a matter of fact, if this harmonium had a soul, it will be playing itself, and I'll be running far away from here. So what is the soul? This is the question. And the answer was given by Adi Shankaracharya Ji, my dear brothers and sisters, in this beautiful text called Tattva Bodha. Sukshma shariram kim apanchikrita pancha mahabhutaihi kritam satkarma janyam sukdukkadi bhoga sadhanam pancha jnanindriyani pancha karamindriyani pancha pranadayah manaschaikam buddhaschaika evam saptadasha kalabhihi sahayattishtati tat sukshma shariram. What is the soul called in Hinduism? It is called sukshma sharira. Can you say the word sukshma? Everybody, sukshma. Sukshma means subtle, unseen, my dear brothers and sisters. And say the word sharir. Sharir matlab kya hai? Sharir means body. You see, the physical body is the earth, water, fire, air, and space, my dear brothers and sisters. But the sukshma sharira that Bhagavan Krishna, as we cross-correlate the text, we see that Bhagavad Gita cross-correlates directly with Tattva Bodha as we understand that the subtle body is made of 17 elements. What are they? The 5 organs of knowledge, your sight, your ability to smell, hearing, touch, and taste. The 5 organs of action, speech, hands, legs, organs of reproduction, organs of excretion. These are the 10 senses that Ravan predominates. And if we overindulge, pain comes in this world. Then what are the next 5 parts of the soul? Pancha pranaha, the ability to assimilate air into your body, to breathe. The ability to assimilate food. The ability to digest that food. The ability for reverse actions to take place. The ability, my dear brothers and sisters, for circulation of the blood in your body. These are the physiological functions that are only possible when the soul is intact. So you have 15. Now there are 2 more key components that Bhagavan Krishna says are Manaschaikam Buddhishchaika, mind and intellect. These are the 17 parts of the soul, and this was the answer that Julia Roberts gave. But Krishna Bhagavan says in the Bhagavad Gita that you are something more than this, and you are not seeing it because you are going south in your life. South doesn't mean going from New York City to Texas, like I did. South means when you go from the idea that you are something higher to this lower existence of bodily existence. What does Krishna say? Apareyam atistvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahabhaha yayedam dharyate jagat. There is something that is different from the 17 parts of the soul. Something that's different from the earth, water, fire, air, and space that you have confused yourself to be, which is the body. You know, this body is wrapped up so beautifully. But you know inside of it what it is? Guts, bones, and flesh. You know, my father was before he came to the United States, Sri Prakash Gossai, before he came to the United States, he worked as a lab technician. And he studied in Georgetown, and he actually graduated with distinction from the Natural Sciences Department. But one of his first jobs was working in the morgue. And he was a scared young man. In Guyanese language, he freaking bad. A man freaking anything. As a matter of fact, my mother's right here. When they lived in Guyana, in Georgetown, before I was born, my father, when he heard a little sound downstairs, he would say, "Hey, you go while I put on my jacket." So this is what Sri Prakash Gossai Ji did, and they put him in the morgue. That was his first job, and he had no choice because he had a family to feed. And you know that when you have a family to feed, you'll do anything, right guys, everybody? So as he worked in the morgue, he began to think, "Oh my Lord, I'm cutting this thing and it's not even moving. But if it had a soul right now, it would probably jump up and get out of here as well, like the harmonium." My dear brothers and sisters, Krishna says if we exist at that lower plane without understanding that there's something higher, it is called the Jiva Bhuta. Jiva means individual, Bhuta means element. It is the life element within you called Paramatma. When you have the body of 5 elements, when you have the mind and intellect and soul of 17 elements, look beyond that. Look beyond what you see in the mirror, and you will see, my dear brothers and sisters, that there's an ocean of joy. There's a presence within you that is all happy and all blissful, that allows everything to exist. I often ask the people in New York, point to the direction that you think I'm in. And you know what they say? "Acharya Ji, we can't point to you." I said, "Hare, do it." They say, "Okay," and they point. But then I tell them, "What if I told you I'm not here right now?" They said, "Oh man, this guy went crazy all of a sudden." And I tell them, "Yeah, I'm not here. You're pointing to me, but I'm not there where you're pointing." And they said, "Then where are you, Acharya Ji?" The answer is, I'm not outside of you, but I am a thought in your mind. I am a thought in the realm of your consciousness, and consciousness is another name of the Lord, and that is the common denominator between all of us. We are that light within, as the Upanishad says, "Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyato bhanti kutoya magnihi tameva bhantam bhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati." What allows the moon, the stars, the sun, and the Agni, the fire to shine, the lightning to shine, my dear brothers and sisters? It is not the light of the star and the moon and the bright lights of New York City. It is that light within you. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati. It is that inner light within you that allows all lights to be seen, but you've forgotten your true nature, my dear brothers and sisters. Can you know now why Sri Rama says, "Rama kahat tanu rakhiyo tata"? You cannot die, O bird. You cannot die, O vulture. While the body will die, you will exist eternally as that light that allows everything to be witnessed within. This whole world is right within us, my dear brothers and sisters, right within our consciousness, within our mind. As a matter of fact, there is no place that is in this world that is not within you, discovered and undiscovered. And you are that light within called God, Paramatma. Whether you call it Jesus, Allah, Krishna, Yahweh, Ram, Jehovah, whatever name you call God, it is that power within you that allows you to illuminate this mind. Like the electricity illuminates the projector and the film is ready to project onto the screen of the mind. So this is why Sri Rama says, "Rama kaha tanu rakheyo tata." You can never die, O Jatayu. Why? Because you were eternal. Then Jatayu speaks, he says, "Jakar naam marat mukava adamay mukut hoi shruti gava somamalochana gochar aage rakho dehanat kehi kage." Jatayu responds to him and says, "You are the one whose name is mentioned at death, and that person attains salvation. All sorrows are removed, my dear brothers and sisters. Somamalochana gochara age. It is that Lord who stands right in front of me before I'm about to leave this world. Rako dehanate kehi kage. And my purpose of life has been met, my dear brothers and sisters." Bhagavad Gita says, Antakale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram. Smaran muktva kalevaram. When you can remember your Lord at the time of death, you will attain the Lord's state. But it takes practice, my dear brothers and sisters. Pay attention here. If you constantly think of a jockey or a racehorse your whole life, let's say you lived in New York by the aqueduct and you were constantly involved in horse races and the jockey, and you maybe were a jockey. At the time of death, what will you remember? Tell me. You'll probably remember the horse or the jockey. In the Bhagavad Gita, I won't chant the verse, but it says, whatever you remember at the time of death, that is what your mind assumes in the next life. That is the incarnation you will take in the next birth. So if I remember a horse when I'm leaving this body, and you know death is not easy. When you die, when this life leaves this body, you go on autopilot. They say your life flashes before your eyes. You know why? Because your whole life flashes, your mind is going on autopilot. And whatever you were remembering throughout life, my dear brothers and sisters, that is what you leave this world with, and that is the embodiment you take. So if I remember the racehorse at death, guess what? I'll be born as a racehorse. And if I was thinking of the jockey, what will I become? The jockey. So this is the mechanics, my dear brothers and sisters, of this world. No matter if he came in first, he still loses. In this life, we have to remember that if we think of that Lord first, that wonderful Lord will indeed come to our rescue. Then Sri Ram responds to Jatayu, my dear brothers and sisters. And what does he say to that beautiful bird? Everybody. Shri Ram Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Parhit bas jinke man mahi. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Jal bhari nayan kahi raghurai. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Tat kar manij te gati pai. Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Parhit bas jinke man mahi. तिह कहो जगत दुर्लभ कछु नाहि श्री राम तुम तजितात जाहु मम गावा तुम तजितात जातु मम गावा दियो काहु तुम पर श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम everybody Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Parhit bas jinke man mahi. Tinha kahu bhari nayana kahi raghurai. In response to Jatayu's plea to the Lord, Jatayu said, I've seen you and my whole life has become complete. I've not gone south, but I've gone north in that realm of Jiva Bhuta, the life-giving plane within, where no pains and no sorrows can affect me. Why? Because pain and sorrow belong to the body and mind. When there's disease in the mind, dis-ease in your mind, there will be disease in the body. Parahit bas jinhe man mahi. There is nothing in the world that is beyond the reach of someone who Tinhe kahu jagadulabha kachunahi. There is nothing difficult for someone in this world who goes beyond their selfish whims and fancies and begins to see themselves in all. My dear brothers and sisters, do you see the problem that we all have in this world? The problem that we have is we see skin color, we see differences, we see size, and we become scared of the other person. One day I let a little puppy, in the room of the Hall of Mirrors. You know when you go to the carnival? Do you guys have carnivals here with the Hall of Mirrors? And you go in there and you see you're tall, then all of a sudden you're like this, then you're short. There's many mirrors in there. I let a puppy go in there, and the puppy was frightened. It was looking all around very frightened, my dear brothers and sisters. Why? Because all of a sudden it saw all sorts of different puppies with different sizes and shapes. The puppy began to bark very profusely at all of them. And what did all of them start to do? They all barked back. Why? Because it was the one puppy's reflection in all of these mirrors. This is the sad state of affairs that we're all in. We have forgotten that we're not this body. We've forgotten that we're not the mind that confuses us. And we have forgotten, my dear brothers and sisters, that we are that life element that is the common denominator in each and every one of you. Yesterday, I asked you the question, what allows a flower to bloom? Photosynthesis, right, Dr. Ramesh? Photosynthesis allows a flower to bloom. But what is the energy or the intelligence within that plant that allows it to express photosynthesis and allows it to express a blooming nature? It is the Jiva Bhuta. It is the life element within you that has no name and form, but allows mitosis, meiosis, cell division to take place. Bhagavan Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says that Buddhir Bhutimatam Asmi, I am the intelligence in all things intelligent. Don't look far. Don't be afraid of me. I am that all-loving principle right now that has never left you, but has given you life. Jal bhari nayan kahi raghurai. After Sri Ram sees the words of Jatayu and feels those words, set your imaginations ablaze. Sri Ram begins to cry profusely. He has the bird in his hand, about to leave this world, a good friend of his father's, supplicating himself to the Lord and saying, oh Lord, I've finally seen you. I'm experiencing you. I'm not experiencing the body in pain anymore and the mind of disease, but I'm simply experiencing that inner Jiva Bhuta, that life element that's all blissful, that's unaffected, that is eternal, my dear brothers and sisters. Jatayu is comforted by that Lord, as the Lord says, Tat karma nijate gati pai. You have already reached salvation and liberation, O bird. You were as dear to me as my own life breath. And because of your good merits, you have actually gained the goal of life. And yesterday I told you what the goal of this human life is. And what is the goal of human life? Not G-O-L-D. but G-O-A-L. All of the gold and the palaces that we'll ever have in this life, my dear brothers and sisters, will be left right here. And all of the anxiety and depression that came with these material possessions will be left right here. And the only thing that we'll take with us, my dear friends, is the peace that comes with Parahita basajin hake manamahi Tinha kahu jagadulava kachunahi. the peace that comes with serving the world, the peace that comes by reaching out of your comfort zones, the peace that comes with sharing your wealth. If God has blessed you with something, share it and make the world a better place. And if God hasn't blessed you with anything, God has blessed you with life. Find that inner peace, which is the goal of this human life. The greatest wealth that you could ever have is peace of mind. The other day I was riding the subway in New York, and I was speaking to a person next to me, and he was dressed very well. He was dressed in a suit. And I said, "My brother, you must work a very high-paying job." He said, "Yes, but I'm very stressed and I'm very depressed all the time." I said, "You have everything though. You're being paid millions for what you do, but yet you're sad?" He said, "Yes, Acharya ji, what can I tell you? I am feeling depressed. Why? Because there's always something missing from my heart. Even though I have everything, it is sometimes like I have nothing." This was the answer of the gentleman. And I told him, my dear brothers and sisters, just do something outside of your comfort zone. Go out into the world and volunteer and begin to do something selflessly in the world. As we saw yesterday, chapter 2, verse 47 of the Bhagavad Gita, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma paleshu kadachana. Your duty is to work, but what kind of work are you doing? Is it selfish work? Is it only for me, myself, and I and my family? Or is the work that I'm doing for the entire population's happiness? Is the work that I'm doing of a fulfilling nature? And if you can spend some time in your life, my dear brothers and sisters, serving others, that Lord within you will manifest. You know why? Because all of the individuality that is full of selfishness, anger, greed, attachment, false pride, and jealousy that weighs us down no matter how much we have, all of that will dissipate with selfless service to the Lord. And when you can be this way in your life, Sri Ram says, nothing is impossible for such a person. Sri Ram continues, my dear brothers and sisters, to talk to the injured bird who's on his way out. And what does he say? Sita haran tate jani kahu pita san jai. Sita haran tate jani कहूँ पिता तन जाई जो मेरा मत कुल सहित कही दसान आई। Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 everybody. Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 everyone. Ram 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 Sita Ram 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 everyone. Sita haran tat jani Shri Ram Shri Ram Sita haran कहूँ पिता सन जाई कहूँ पिता सन जाई जो मेरा मत कुल सहित कही दसान आई। सिया मेरे रामचंद्र की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो सब संतान की जय। The wonderful Lord goes on to say, after he says that by doing something for someone else that brings them joy, you'll remain closer to the Lord. Why? Because the individuality will be dissipated and you'll begin to exist at a higher plane. Will begin to see the common denominator, which is peace in all beings, and you'll work for their welfare. Such a person will accomplish anything in this life. Sri Ram goes on to say, Sita harna tat jani kaho pita san jai jo me ramata kul sahita kahi dasanana ai. He says, O Jatayu, your accomplishments are many and you will gain that liberation. But for now, go to my heavenly kingdom and enjoy your wonderful time there. And when you see my father, what does he say? Sita haran tat jani kaho pita. When you see my father in heaven, do not tell him that I have lost Mother Sita. Do not tell him that I have lost my wife. Do not tell him any of this. Why? Jo mera matakul sahit kahi dasananai. I want Ravan. I want that insecure, angry, difficult Ravan to go to heaven after I'm done with him. After I've dispatched him from this earth, when he meets my Father in heaven, he will tell him himself. What is Ravan, my dear brothers and sisters? Ravan is our low tendencies and false values that we've come into this world with. And the goal of this human life is to remove the selfishness, remove the anger, remove the greed, remove the false pride, remove the jealousy. Why are we proud in this world, my dear brothers and sisters? This beautiful song says, Mat kar tu abhiman re vande. Don't have any false pride. Why? Because one fine day we will leave it all behind. All the things that caused worry and anxiety, all will be left. Tere jaise lakho aaye, lakho samati samai. Like you, many have come into this world and they all have left everything behind. Jhuti maya, jhute kaya. This illusory world is false, temporary and fleeting, and there's no reality and substance. The only happiness is within you. Wo tera jo hari gunagaya. Therefore chant the Lord's name and be in satsang. Find that inner bliss within you before death comes for us too. Tere paase hai hire moti, mere man mandir mein jyoti. You may have gold and diamonds, but I have the light of the Lord, peace within me, the greatest wealth. Kauna hua dhanavan re vande matakaratu abhiman. Tell me, my friend, who is more wealthy, the one with peace of mind or the one who is in pieces because of this world? Matakaratu abhiman re vande jhuti tere shaan re. Mat kar tu abhiman. Everybody. Mat kar tu mat kar tu abhiman re vande jhuti tere shaan re. Mat kar tu abhiman. Everybody. Mat kar tu Raha Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jhoothi maya, jhoothi kaya, jhoothi maya. वो तेरा जो हरि गुण गाया, हरि गुण गाया। जब पले हरि का नाम रे वंदे, everybody, मत कर तू अभिमान, क्या बात? मत कर तू अभिमान रे वंदे, तेरे सामने मत कर तू अभिमान। गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो, everybody, गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय। गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय। राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय। Everybody. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Everyone. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare. It is by chanting the Lord's name, my dear brothers and sisters, that we go away from the south, not moving from Texas, but going from this earth, water, fire, air, and space that we're drowned in daily. Going forward from this mind with all these confusing thoughts of what I am and what I should be. Hare, tyag kare, leave it all behind and simply focus on that inner light through meditation. And when you begin to find that inner peace, my dear brothers and sisters, you will experience what Jatayu did. You'll experience no more pain in your life, physically, mentally, or otherwise. But you'll begin to experience that ocean of joy that is within. In conclusion, my dear brothers and sisters, for tonight, we're going to sing this beautiful song, Tu Pyar Ka Sagar Hai, Tere Ik Boond Ke Pyase Hum. You, O Lord, are the ocean of joy that is my true nature. Tere ik boond ke pyase hum. And if I get a taste of that ocean of joy within, my life will be fulfilled. Finding that peace within will give me my fulfilled life. And knowing that I'm more than this body of 5 elements, knowing that I'm more of this soul of 17 parts, but I'm that inner light that allows it all to be seen. लौटा जो दिया तूने चले जाएंगे कहाँ से हम. And if I move away from this light, where should I go? घायल मन का पागल पंछी उड़ने को बेकरार, पंख है कोमल आंख है धुंधली, जाने है सागर पार. And I am like that bird Jatayu. My wings have become beaten down by my senses and my overindulgence in the world. I've never focused within, and my eyes have become weary and weak as a result. Allow me to find that inner place. अब तू ही इसे समझा. Allow me to understand, O Lord. राह भूले थे कहाँ से हम, where I've truly come from, that ocean of joy within. तू प्यार का सागर है. I exist only in that ocean. तू प्यार का सागर है, तू प्यार का सागर है, तेरी एक बूंद के प्यासे हम. घायल मन का पागल पंछी उड़ने को पंख है कोमल आंख के धुंधली, जाना है सागर पार. जाना है सागर पार. अब तुम ही इसे समझा. राह भूले थे कहाँ से हम, भूले कहाँ से हम. तो प्यार का सागर है. Everybody, come on. तो प्यार का सागर है. इधर झूमती गाए जिंदगी, उधर है मौत खड़ी. कोई क्या जाने कहाँ है सीमा, उलझन आन पड़ी. उलझन आन पड़ी. कानों में जरा कह दे. आए कौन दिशा से हम, Shivaya, Mahadeva. You are the one, O Lord, that is deep within. You are that pyar ka sagar. Pyar means love, unconditional love. While the whole world will give you conditioned love, you are that one unconditional love that is within me, that I share daily with everyone without a reason, without a cause. And if I can do so, my dear brothers and sisters, you will bless me here and hereafter with the one thing that I want: peace of mind. There's no greater wealth than peace of mind, my dear brothers and sisters. No matter how poor we are or how rich we are financially, peace of mind will be the only thing that will allow us to leave this world with a smile on our face. Jatayu, my dear brothers and sisters, Jatayu, this beautiful bird, is on his last breath. And if you can imagine, he is going to go at any minute. What else does he express to the Lord that can change our life? And we'll see again another instance of someone else who was transformed. And this time he was not any creature or any being. What was that creature? We will see tomorrow. So, if you want to know what Jatayu told his Lord, what do you have to do? Tell me? Come tomorrow morning and you'll find out when. And also we'll continue. We'll see another person, not a human either. He was actually a Rakshas. We'll see a Rakshas who came, my dear brothers and sisters, into the Lord's midst and transformed from demon into a saint. How did this take place? We'll see tomorrow. So God bless all of you, my dear brothers and sisters. My time has ebbed away very quickly. It is 6:50. I don't know where the time goes, but we'll do more of the same tomorrow as well. But before I close, I have to sing one more song. And because it's Saturday, we'll sing this beautiful song dedicated to Hanumanji. And I'm sure all of you know it. Cheer ke chati bole apni pavana putra Hanuman. As Hanuman rips open his chest, he sees three beings: Sri Ram, Sita, Lakshman. Sri Ram being truth, Sita being peace of mind, and Lakshman being service that dissolves the individuality, that allows us to exist at that common denominator, that wonderful ocean of joy within. And when we can find that through the inner spiritual strength called Hanuman, great things are possible. Let's join together. चीर के छाती बोले अपनी पवन पुत्र हनुमान बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान चीर के छाती बोले अपनी पवन पुत्र हनुमान बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान मेरे मन में बसे मेरे मन में बसे clap your hands. Everybody. चीरक जाती बोले अपनी चीरक जाती बोले अपनी पवन पुत्र हनुमान पवन पुत्र हनुमान मेरे मन में बसे मेरा मेरे तन में बसे मेरा सीता हरण किया रावण ने प्रभु जी के अकुलाए हनुमान ने सीता जी को प्रभु संदेश सुनाए हनुमान जी करते आए हनुमान जी करते आए प्रभु जी के गुणगान बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान मेरे मन में बसे राम everybody let's go मेरे मन में बसे राम लगी लक्ष्मण जी को शक्ति देख प्रभु घबराए श्री लगी लक्ष्मण जी को शक्ति देखो प्रभु घबराए मुझसे पहले हनुमान जी ढोला गिरल आए उठ बैठे लक्ष्मण जी लेकर उठ बैठे लक्ष्मण जी लेकर श्री राम का नाम बोलो पवन पुत्र हनुमान मेरे मन में बसे राम मेरे तन में बसे राम मेरे मन में बसे राम मेरे तन में बसे राम मेरे मन में बसे राम मेरे तन में बसे राम So if you'd like to hear more about Jatayu and what happened as he was leaving and what he finally said to the Lord that really put the icing on the cake and was the secret sauce and everything that went on here today, we're going to see that tomorrow morning. And also, again, you won't want to miss what will happen to this other individual who was in plight and dilemma, was stationary, couldn't move, but the Lord came his way and he became realized. He came out of body consciousness and he found that inner bliss that we're all looking for, that peace that we're looking for in this life within. My dear friends, thank you so much. I know it is Saturday night and usually the Yagna usually starts this time, but nonetheless we've gathered early. You know why? Because we want you to come back tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, we're assembling here at 9 a.m. and we're going to end at 12 noon. So please, it's the last session of this wonderful 3-day Gyan Yajna. And it's said that anyone who attends all 3 nights, or even 2 nights, will actually gain the blessings of peace in their lives perennially. If you don't believe me, try it. I'd like to introduce to you someone very special in my life, and it is none other than my mother, Acharya Leelaji, and she too went to India after I did. After giving courage to Sri Prakash Gosai Ji to cut open those cadavers when he was working in the morgue, and going downstairs when it was dark and noise was there, she went to India after I did, after retirement. She went to India after me, so she followed in my footsteps. And she studied 96 different texts of Hinduism. And she did it with a heart full of devotion to her Lord. And one urge, only one urge in her mind, to make a difference in this world. And many of you here tonight are students of hers, right here in Dallas. Vedantic classes of the higher philosophy that we were speaking about earlier, that we only touched upon very briefly, they are being given for free by her over the phone from New York City. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce you to my mother, Acharya Leelaji. Give her a round of applause to say a few words.
Hello. Well, you know, I could find no better footsteps to follow than Acharya Arunji. And guess what? The father of Jatayu is Aruna.
Not biologically, okay?
And the guru of Chandogya Upanishad, chapter 6, is... So, one person, but in life, we actually play many roles. And the message tonight is that no matter what cap we wear, could it be teacher, child, husband, wife, whatever roles we play in this life, we should never forget our true self or who we really are. Because at the end of it all, when we would have taken all those caps off, guess what remains? It's just me. This identification with the world. As a matter of fact, our scriptures give us a beautiful promise. The good Lord says that it is possible to enjoy the complete cessation of sorrow. And after that has been done, to attain permanent happiness. Do you think that's possible? It is. And the scriptures also, to take us along with that path, has given us the methodologies to do it. We're probably all thinking, you know, Jatayu was really fortunate that at the end of his life, in his moment of deep pain and darkness, the Lord came to his rescue. So what about us? Would the Lord come to our rescue? And the answer is absolutely. The Lord comes in the form of his word. The Bible, the book of Proverbs in the Bible, 3:5 says, listen to the Lord thy God with all thy heart. Lean not on your own understanding. Meaning that the only way to finding peace, happiness, success without stress, not with stress, without stress, is by turning to our scriptures. Our scriptures, my friends, they're really powerful, whether you're reading the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, or the Ramayana. Bhagavan Krishna says in chapter 9, verse 2, shloka 2 of Bhagavad Gita, he says, Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam. that the knowledge I'm giving you, whether it's in the form of the Upanishads, the Ramayana, the Bhagavad Gita, it is Raja Vidya. It is the highest knowledge. Raj Guhyam, yet it remains the greatest secret. Why? Because we actually don't find or put aside enough time to study our scriptures. Acharyaji and myself, we went to India. We were blessed. God's grace, Guru's blessings. It's not our doing. But having studied the scriptures and nothing else for 2 years, from morning 5 o'clock until 10 o'clock at night, every single day, without a break, in a very controlled environment, meaning we were completely removed from the world, we actually experienced the power of the scriptures, and the scriptures really work. The scriptures are not knowledge, information, it's transformation technology. Unless we systematically study the scriptures under the guidance of somebody who has studied under the Guru Shishya Parampara, understand it, reflect on it, meditate on it, and internalize it, own it up, apply it to our lives, we wouldn't experience the power. And it really does work. If we depend on our own understanding of this world, which for the most part is superficial, to navigate this forest of life, we'll suffer from indecision. We can't make up our minds. How many of us suffer from indecision? Because we don't have a basis on which to be guided or by which to be guided our actions. We suffer from fear, lack of courage. We follow blind conformity to whatever is out there. We believe anything. We fall for everything. But if we can study the scriptures, if we can have faith in the scriptures that's explained to us by the Guru, Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasa Shraddha, that there must be that component of faith, that these principles, Vedanta Siddhanta, actually works. But it comes with a price, a little bit of time, maybe once a day, once a week, join a Vedanta class. The Vedanta class that's being offered at Acharyaji spoke about it. The classes are free. It doesn't cost you anything financially, but it just costs you 1 hour of your time per week. So like Jatayu, through the words of the scriptures, we also can be rescued in our times of pain and suffering in this world when we're attacked by the 10-headed Ravana. So, the scriptures tell us, Atantika dukkha nivritti param ananda prapti, that not only is this the highest knowledge, let it not remain a secret anymore. It is the greatest purifier of what? Of our minds that causes so much trouble. Our minds are the obstacle. What are our minds? Our minds are simply a flow of thoughts. And when we don't see this world through the right lens, when we don't know ourselves, when we don't know who God is, when we don't have a meaningful relationship with God, then life could be rough for us. So let's turn to the scriptures. Let's make Ramayana, it's a beautiful story, a part of our lives, and experience the promise that all our sorrows can be annihilated and destroyed, and we can only find eternal peace. So as North Texas Hindu Mandir celebrates its 20th anniversary, we pray for the continued success of this institution. It's through an institution like this that our great tradition of Sanatana Dharam, that flag will continue to fly high. So as we celebrate their 20th anniversary, we pray for their continued success. May auspiciousness be with the members of this temple. We are all members, whether we come here once every 10 years or we come every Sunday, it doesn't matter. But this institution is dear to all of us, and may this institution enjoy nothing but auspiciousness. You know, if we take the word auspicious and we replace the A in auspicious with S, what do you get? What do you get, Acharya-ji?
I don't know.
He knows. What do we get, Panditji? Suspicious. The scriptures shower us with auspiciousness. But when we turn to the world for guidance, that knowledge is nothing but suspicious. Beware. So let's continue to read the Ramayana long after we leave here tomorrow and feel the effects of the dip in the Ramcharitmanas, the holy lake of the teachings of Bhagavan Ram. Hari Om, may God continue to bless us. It's wonderful to be here. Thank you to the organizers of this 3-day yajna for giving us the chance to have this wonderful immersion in self-knowledge. God bless all of you. We love you. And we look forward to coming back sometime again soon. So God bless. Hari Om.
And if you would, thank you, Acharya Leela-ji, thank you, Mom. If you would like to join these classes, absolutely free. You take her phone number and you can get the information. Okay? These are classes that are free, that are going on every week, and it's for our benefit on more philosophy that we discussed today and elaboration on it. So over now to Karanji. Thank you so much, Karanji, for your wonderful time.
Thank- Yes.
So Krishnaji, where's Krishnaji?
Back there.
Yes, he's back there, and he's the coordinator of all of the Dallas classes that Mom has online.
Thank you again, Acharya. Thank you, Acharya Leela, Auntie Leela. So for the remaining part of the program, we're going to have a couple of speakers to talk on 20 years at the Mandir here. The first one will be Krishna, Brother Krishna, and he's one of our permanent members, so he's been here since the inception, and he's also on the board for the 20 years, and he's also secretary. During his 20 years here, he's also been president 5 times. So me becoming president last year and this year, I looked to him for some guidance, some advice. We have difference of opinion sometimes, but that's okay. But so I'm going to have him come and speak for a few minutes, and after Brother Krishna will be Jade, and she's going to talk on growing up in the Mandir. Thank you.
Namaste. My obeisances to Arunji Acharya, to Leela Acharya-ji up here. Oh my goodness. And to Panditji, my obeisances to you too, and all my brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and parents. Today, or this year, we have completed 20 years as an existence as a mandir. And then going in line with what Acharya-ji spoke of this evening, our quest for peace, this mandir has its roots in peace. And I'll give you a little bit of a background to how it all started. And that started out with the death of my eldest Mamu in his 50s. And when he passed, the family was devastated. And there is one auntie here, Auntie Sheila. There was a saying in Guyana, the river begins in the creek hand, or it begins up in the mountains where the watershed basin gets together and form a stream. It started with Auntie Sheila's family. I think it was by Buddy and Panditji from Guyana, who advised us in times of grief and pain and in hurt that you need to sit together, sing the name of the Lord, talk about God, be in consciousness or try to connect with God, and you will overcome this period of grief and pain. And I would ask my auntie to just stand up a little bit so that we know you, because you are so behind the scenes. Okay? Very difficult to, you can sit down. Thank you. Thank you, love. But it's very difficult to understand. If I were to say NTHM started with her, we might have a lawsuit. But it is true. It started with you and by Buddy, and I don't remember the Pandit's name. He's from Dubai. Okay, Dubai. That was 1985. And the need and the urge and the love for God, I want to use a bad word, festered. But through that came the feeling that we need to have a place where we can, because the homes were getting, well, now they're getting bigger. In those days they were small, and we couldn't fit. And our current chairman of the board, God bless him, he, Uncle Josh, politician and good person to people person, was the gel that put this all together. One of the gel. There are many, many people. Everybody in here had a part to do with the growth of this organization. There is, I see Butch, I don't know where he is now. In the middle. Somewhere there. The boys, these were little kids. They were little kids. They all landed. I mean, Panditji, in the beginning, was the anchor. You know, you want to do a mandir, we have to have Panditji too. And Panditji's been with us. You talking about me being here 20 years, he's been here just as long and even before. So we have come a long way with the help, with the effort, with the love of all of you. Oh, I got a long list of people who did stuff. I can't call names anymore. It is impossible to call everybody that made this institution possible. And it's because of your love, your commitment, your perseverance, your faith in your religion and your dharma, and you're putting it in God's hands, that we will continue to rise and go on. So don't ever feel our efforts are inadequate. And I really, the point I brought back, bringing Auntie Sheila's up, is that she might think she's just a simple person. But you see the power of just one individual that resided in her home or through her acquaintance, that we can have this. Meaning, nobody is bigger than anybody here. The simplest of individuals, the simplest of persons, $1 goes a long way to solve a lot of problems financially and contributes to the growth and the success of something bigger that me or you cannot understand. I was supposed to talk about our 20 years. I prefer to go back to where we started. Let us all figure out where we're going to go. Myself and Uncle Josh have given 20 years, and it's time for new ideas, new people, younger people, more intelligent people take the helm. This year, our president and our executive spent a lot of time and energy to make this whole, you might have noticed the difference in the front there. It's beautiful now. Took a lot of energy because we want to have a place that you can connect with. It's just a building, but you must feel comfortable. You must have adequate heat. You must have nice restrooms, whatever it is. But it's all in the name of growth, to rise above our ordinariness. We can stay simple, and we can stay in our homes. We don't have to come to the mandir. And we can do our own thing, but we don't grow. We grow when we connect with each other. We grow when I can lean on you and you can lean on me. You might think there is nothing to get here on a Sunday, or you don't, whatever it is, you don't, what you come looking for. But it's not about what you're supposed to get when you come here. I think it's about what you can give when you come here. There's somebody here who wants your advice, your energy, your love, and your positiveness. That's what mandirs are supposed to gel the community together. And it comes back again to our being here. It's a community effort. It was a family effort. It was in the tradition of my grandparents, when they move into a village and there is something missing, the first thing they do go build a mandir. And then you look for the pandit after. Or they become pandits. What, I don't know. How much more time I got, Acharya-ji? No, I love you all. On behalf of the chairman, he was supposed to be up here tonight. He had committed to one of his someone he was mentoring, and he was supposed to get married today. But before I leave, I got to remember one other thing. I mentioned the mandir started with the death of my eldest Mamu. Today, my youngest aunt is passed. And it's very ironic that 20 years ago he started it, and now in our 20th year, the youngest sibling has passed, my mother's little youngest sister, Indira from New York. Are we disappointed? Are we hurt? Are we, all those things, but it's part of life. And when we come to these occasions and listen to Panditji and to Panditji on Sundays and Acharya-ji and Leela-ji, it gives us hope that we are bigger than the problems that try to keep us in awe or in fear, most importantly. So do continue to come to the mandir. Do continue to reach out to your brothers and sisters. Do continue to celebrate. And that's maybe 20 more years ago. From now, I might be able to make it. I don't know. God bless you. I love you. Love you, Acharya-ji. Love you, Acharya-ji. I love all of you. God bless you.
Goodness. Okay. Namaste, everybody. My name is Jade, and I am the vice president here at NTHM. So I've been here for 20 years, the full 20 years, and I'm probably the youngest active member, I would say, that's still here, still around. We kind of started with 6 of us, and then, we all go through college, we all move away, and I stuck, and I am still here. Growing up in the temple has really shown me a lot about myself. I joined the executive at 18, and it was a really big learning experience for me. Working with people that were older, they had more experience, and I just came in new, came in fresh with all these ideas, so it was a big learning experience. This is, not my forte. I'm more the person that's in the background. I like to do all the setup, cleanup, puja stuff, so I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet here. But growing up, it's been nice to be a part of a community that we all share the same culture, we all understand the same things, and being the youngest, it was hard to kind of voice your opinions and voice your ideas, but I think becoming a part of the executive helped me kind of voice what I wanted to see the future of the mandir would be, especially like the renovations. That was a big part of what we wanted to do this year. It also gave me a really strong purpose. Planning the programs are probably one of my favorite parts about Temple. Reaching out to people, making sure everything's executed properly, probably one of my favorite things. For the future, I do hope that we are able to renovate the inside and more ideas are heard. And I do want to thank Auntie Leela and my Mussy, the president. I think I've been on the executive with them all 6 years, and without their support, it would have been really hard. So I just want to thank you guys. So back to you.
Oh, okay. Good job, Jade. And to all of you who serve, my dear brothers and sisters, the reason why I did this kata tonight is because life is all about service. And if a jatayu, a vulture, one of the lowliest creatures in the entire world, can gain salvation through service to his Lord, and when Sri Ram says, when one serves throughout their life in some way, shape, or form, they get that fulfillment, that power within to do anything and gain anything that they would like to gain, especially peace of mind. The Lord is serious about that point. So even though you may not be on the executive board and doing all these wonderful things that they do to keep the lights on and keep the doors open for all of us, you too can do your part. You can donate. After these renovations, I'm a trustee at the Bhuvaneshwar Mandir in New York, so I know what it is. It's a lot of financial constraints. Daily, there's lights being put on and expenses every month, and all of these cost money. So if you can donate in some way, shape, or form, I'm sure this organization is like Bhuvaneshwar. We're truly transparent with our funds, and you can actually go to the treasurer right now and see where your money is being spent. I'm sure it's like that here, right, Karen? And that's the way that we should run these organizations for transparent reasons. And if you can do so, trust me, you give $1 to God, $20 to God, or $100, whatever it is, whatever you can afford, the Lord will bless you with an abundance in your life of peace and happiness. This is all with investing. We invest in all sorts of things, Bitcoin and all sorts of things. But I think you need to invest in the things that will be around forever, that will truly be around forever, and that is religion and culture. Because it is the next generation, like these little 2 girls, Vedas kids, I saw them, they're so cute. They're going to be the ones who inherit this. And it is up to us to provide and to sustain what has been created by those who have come before. So we have to entice the younger people. You have to bring them out. Okay, at Bhuvaneshwar Mandir, I think the plus side of what we do there is we have a ton of youngsters coming in. And it only happens when I would suggest that you have classes going on here. Start with some maybe motivational class. Go online, study. And I put this challenge out to Jade because she, I think, will attract all the younger people here. And start studying and start being a teacher, and they will come. If I tell you my own story, I started out with 1 student, and 1 student turned into many just because we did selfless work. Actually, when I came back from India, they were like, why don't you charge for your classes? I'm like, nah. You charge for classes, you'll have 1 person. You don't charge for your classes, you'll get 10,000 people coming into your temple, and they'll all give whatever and even more than you asked for. So these are the little things, and I think this current board here has the power to attract. I see so many young people here, and I hope that they'll come and build upon that, and see the importance, as I described earlier, of satsang. And the elderly people are here, the ones who started, and they should be respected always. But life is all about, of course, change, the changing of the guard. The queen passed away. She didn't take even her scepter with her. So, right? Exactly. So this is what we have as this human society. What we have now will be someone else's tomorrow. So in this way, change is sometimes hard, but necessary for growth. Always remember that. And whatever you do, you will be paving your way now and in the hereafter with good deeds. So more about Jatayu's story we'll see tomorrow. It'll be wonderful, jam-packed with so many different takes on salvation and finding that inner bliss. And I think you'll want to be a part of it. Tomorrow we'll be doing a special meditation. For those of you who are going through some sort of mental trauma, and God knows many of us are in this world, tomorrow we'll be doing a special meditation that will take you away from all of that. So to know more about that also, Please join us tomorrow, 9 a.m., right, Karan? Right? 10:30? 9:30. 9:30. But I'll be here at 9 o'clock, so you can be with me here if you want. And then 12 o'clock we will end. All right? So God bless you. Congratulations to all of the wonderful hard workers of this organization. My father was the one who came a year later after it was founded, right? Sri Prakash Gossai ji, 2003. He did the 1-year anniversary. And I am privileged and blessed by the Lord to be doing your 20th anniversary. So God bless all of you. I'd love to see you tomorrow. Jai Shri Ram. Are we standing for the Aarti? Okay, let's all stand for the Aarti. If you have your Ramayana Aarti book, we'll be singing from the Ramayana Aarti, and I implore all of you to please join. Yoni koni chapapani Janamanta kritani cha Tani tani vinashyanti Pradakshinaye pade pade Kirati kalita lalita siyapiki Aarati Shri Ramayana ji ki Aarati Shri Ramayana ji ki Kirati kalita lalita siyapiki Aarati Shri Everybody Ora Aarati Shri Ramayana ji ki Gauta Brahmadik Muni Narada Balmik Vijnana Visarada Sukh Sanakadi Seshwar Sarada Parni Pavan Sukh Kirati Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma. Everybody, Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma. Everybody. Ambe Ma, Ma, Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma, Ambe Ma,
मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तहीनं जनार्दनं यत् पूजितं मया देवा परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगमयं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि ॐ द्यौ शान्ति अन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्ति वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवः शान्ति ब्रह्मा शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेवः शान्ति सामः शान्तिरेद्धि ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ प्रेम से बोलो श्री गणपति भगवान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय सियाभज रामचंद्र की जय श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय देवी दुर्गा माता की जय महालक्ष्मी माता की जय सरस्वती माता की जय पार्वती माता की जय सीता माता की जय राधा रानी माता की जय कालिका माता की जय श्रुति बाबा की जय गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परम ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः प्रेम से बोल श्री गुरु महाराज की जय सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय 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 सीताराम
Thank you very much, Panditji, and thank you to all of you. Special thanks to our musicians, Omesh, Mukesh, and Dennis. Give them a round of applause, everybody. I'd like to thank Scott in the back. He did so well with the sound system. Give him a round of applause. And we're just getting started. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock right here. All right? So God bless all of you. I think there's Bhojan, right? For everyone. And please partake in the arati. Do not leave without taking blessings from that sacred flame and giving a donation if possible. And Panchamritam, I think, is there also. And Bhojan. God bless all of you. See you tomorrow. Jai Shri Ram.